Hello, everyone. You guys hear me okay? I'm back. All right, we're gonna give people a few more minutes to check in. We'll get started promptly at 10:35. Thank you all for coming. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for coming to MakeUC 2022, whether you're in person or online. We're really excited to have you. Welcome to the opening ceremony. We're going to go ahead and get started. So first of all, like I said, welcome to MakeUC 2022, organized by IEEE at UC. This is our third year as a hackathon. Can you guys still hear me in the back? All right. This is our third year as a hackathon. Whether you've been with us before or not, welcome. We're very beginner friendly, so if this is your first hackathon ever, you'll find something here for you. Like I said, you'll find something here for you. We provide a lot of resources for you guys, whether that's from sponsors or resources that we've compiled on our website for you guys to learn new skills. I'll mention this website a lot during this opening ceremony, but we have a website called live.makeuc.io. That's where you'll find resources that we've compiled for you, including those resources from sponsors. So, some stats about MakeUC. This year, we have 30 sponsors. Thank you to every single one of you guys. Whether they've provided resources, people in person to judge, mentor, whatever it is, we appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for coming. In total, we have 824 registrants from 390 different schools, 124 majors, and 33 countries. That is a very diverse group, and we're so excited to have all of you. So, like I said, huge thank you to our sponsors. These are organized by TIER, AWS, LCS, MedPace. Thank you guys. They will all be here in person. They will present during the opening ceremony. You guys will hear from each of them in a few minutes. Thank you also to HII, Northrop Grumman, Kinetic Vision. Some representatives from them will be here as well, in person and online. Feel free to reach out to them. Thank you also to these sponsors. Some of these sponsors will be here as well, in person and online. And same goes for these sponsors. Thank you to all of them. So, as I'm sure you already know, we have a sponsor expo. This is one of the most important opportunities we offer you here at MakeUC every year. It's from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., in person and online. So what is the sponsor expo? It's informal networking with sponsors. Sponsors come here to interact with you guys. They want to meet passionate people who are passionate about what they do, what they're learning. So it's not like the career fair where it's pretty formal, you gotta dress up, bring your resume. They just want to meet you guys, talk to you guys, see what you have to say, what you're working on. If you have your resume, great, feel free to bring it, but if not, that's okay. Just show up, talk to some sponsors, they want to meet you guys. So why should you attend? Like I said, you network with sponsors. They want to meet you guys, they're looking to hire, things like that. And we'll have some raffles. If you guys attend the sponsor expo in person or online, you will be entered into a raffle for headphones, a mini fridge, and more. So online, the Gather link is in Discord. That's where the online sponsor expo will be. If you've not already joined the Discord, we'll have directions to do that later on in this presentation, but make sure you do that so you get all those notifications. In person, the sponsor expo is in Baldwin 850J. That is more commonly known as the Quiet Reading Room in the CES library. We've got signs up, so it shouldn't be too hard to find, but if you can't find it, find one of the organizers, let us know, we'll help you find it. So, now to hear from some of our awesome sponsors. First up is LCS. So, who is LCS? LCS stands for Linux Computer Systems. They were founded in 1987. They develop business-critical software technologies. These include Rent Manager for property management, Net Dialtone for telephone systems, QManage for service desk, and enterprise-level hosting solutions via Sentry Data Center. So their mission is they continually strive to design, develop, demonstrate, and support innovative tech for their customers. They focus on quality, urgency, and execution, and they deliver creative solutions for every problem. So who is LCS? Who's their team? This is their HR team, Rachel, Sarah, and Samantha. You may see some of them in person today. Feel free to say hi. This is their developer team, Clinton, Jill, Andrew, and Kai. Clinton will be giving their workshop later today, more about that later. And Kai will be available on Discord to help you guys out with general technology questions. So LCS at the Expo. They will be at the in-person and online Expo. You can come visit them, learn about their award-winning company culture. I personally have had an awesome experience with them. They're all super friendly, super nice. I highly recommend talking to them at the Expo. You can also talk to them about the technology they use to develop their products, as well as their job openings. They want you to come work at LCS. So come talk to them, let them know you're interested, bring a resume if you have it. So like I said, they've got some job openings. They've got co-ops and full-time positions. Those are gonna be next year, summer, fall 2023. If you're graduating by then, by all means, feel free to get that full-time position. But if you're on co-op, feel free to do that as well. You can view all those openings at careers.lcs.com, or you can talk to them at the Expo and get a foot in the door already. So prizes and swag. LCS is hosting a prize category, most creative use of APIs. This ties into their workshop, which I'll explain in a minute. But the prize for that is a $200 gift card. So whether you're in a team or not, that'll be split between you guys. And if you come to visit them at the in-person expo, they've got some free swag as well. They've got spinners and bottle openers, so you don't want to miss out on that. So like I said, LCS is presenting a workshop today. It'll be by Clinton Howell. They're going to use TypeScript to access publicly accessible APIs. They're going to track aircraft and create notifications using that information. I highly recommend it. It should be beginner friendly. That'll be from 4 to 5 p.m. And you can find details about that on our website as well. And we'll send a link to join virtually in the Discord. That'll be on Microsoft Teams. So LCS wants to connect with you guys. They want to chat with you. Stop by their expo booth today, 12 to 2 p.m., as well as follow them on social media, linked below, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Next up, we've got AWS. Chris, if you'd like to come down and present.
Good morning. My name is Chris Edwards. I'm the account manager that works with the University of Cincinnati. I actually worked here for a long time, for about 10 years, and I actually graduated, so I am a Bearcat. So excited to be back and be with you guys today. I actually have a team of folks with me. I'll introduce them a little bit. Before we kind of go over the slides and our prize category, what we're going to do, we have a message, and I'd like to introduce Dia Nguyen. Dia is part of our team that looks at ethical and appropriate use of artificial intelligence, and she has a really cool job. And so, Dia, you want to raise your hand? She was able to make it in person, so I would encourage you to connect with her at some point. Dia, you're around until mid-afternoon today, so if you want to talk to Dia, you want to do that earlier in the day. But we have not knowing that Dia could make it here in person, she recorded a video, a bit of a keynote for you guys that we'll take a look at first.
Good morning and greetings, everyone. I am Dia Nguyen. I'm a senior practice manager at AWS. It's a great joy for me to be able to share with you all at the University of Cincinnati MakeUC Make Your World Hackathon, and for AWS to be a sponsor of this event. I like hackathons. They create a condensed learning environment, encouraging teamwork and collaboration, building consensus and prioritization, and problem solving and innovation. You've got a short period of time to come up with creative ways to solve a problem. And we have a problem, a real problem to solve. It's making sure technology is done for us and not to us. Now, what do I mean by that? Have you ever walked into a room and felt like you didn't belong? Or maybe you saw folks look at you strangely and thought they wondered why you were here. Whether it's being the last one chosen for the game or not being asked to homecoming, no one wants to be left out. No one wants to be excluded. You don't want to feel like you're an outsider, left out of the conversation, or even being called names because someone thinks of you as different. Now, maybe some of you haven't experienced this, but many probably can relate. And in order for us to make others feel safe, wanted, and included, we may need to take intentional action. It takes intentionality, purposeful actions to include, to invite others in. Well, it's the same in technology. When we fail to include, we run the risk of exacerbating or even promoting exclusion that can result in harm and negative impact. Whether it's technology to improve the access, experience, or equity for individuals, it takes purposeful focus. I noticed on the About Us that it had this statement that said, "We believe that most critical challenges must be solved by interdisciplinary and diverse teams." That's a powerful statement. As you think about the different tracks or topics that have been curated for you that are in fact challenges that require a combination of different disciplines to address and the inclusion of diverse teams, people from different ethnic and cultural backgrounds, socioeconomic status, differing abilities, religions, orientations, gender identities. That's going to foster the kind of innovation that will make a difference. Similarity kills innovation. We need all of you. Having diversity in how your teams think and solve problems yields higher success. Better representation of marginalized groups is crucial in coming up with the right solutions. We need all of you. And here, let me give you an example that I think articulates this well. When they created seatbelts, you probably don't remember, this was technology intended to reduce injury and death from vehicle accidents. However, their benefit was limited because it was designed for men, which were at the time 80% of drivers. The problem was that there were 20% drivers that weren't men, they were women. And what about the women and children that were passengers? So seatbelts in its original design had good intentions, but were found to be harmful to women and children. Now they've since improved the design and it's inclusive of fit and form to protect women and children of certain sizes as well. Now the negative and unintended impact has been minimized. But with the rapid rate of technology advances and the many places it's being used to drive decisions, we can't afford to put something out there that's wrong and then try to walk it back. Intentionally inclusive innovation is a must, and you get to start today. Think about who's not in the room or who's not being considered, who isn't in the majority, who and how might you include them in your design. All right, are you ready? I think you are, so I invite you to listen to my colleagues to get some additional details and get ready to explore, problem solve, and innovate this weekend. And I hope that you take these few nuggets to fuel you and to encourage you to intentionally and inclusively innovate. Happy hacking, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's an important reminder. We're at AWS. We're a collection of builders, just like you guys. We have a passion for putting together technology, leveraging technology to improve society, solve problems, and solve it. So it really is an important reminder. In fact, our criteria, if you choose to use to take work on an AWS challenge, we'll really look closely at what is the social impact. What did you get? Were you mindful about the design of your particular solution to address the things that you have pointed out? Now, before I dig into this, I do want to introduce the team that's here on site today. we have Destiny. Destiny is also a former Bearcat here today. We have Abalash. Abalash is one of the technical resources that will be working with you guys. Of course, Dia, who just gave the talk. We have Rifkin. Rifkin actually supports University of Cincinnati, so Rifkin and I will be hanging out here at UC quite a bit, on a regular basis. But Rifkin is another one of the technical resources. And Mike is with our education team, so Mike will be doing our workshop later today. And also is a great resource talking about how you can grow your cloud skills and some of the free training opportunities that we have at AWS for certifications, those types of things. So, and then Yogan, I don't know if Yogan is snuck. Yeah, there he is, way back there. He snuck in the back door. Yogan is another one of our technical resources. So, and then we have a group of online colleagues that will be monitoring Discord throughout the event as well. So. All right, so most of you probably have heard of Amazon. You've probably heard of AWS, but maybe not know the story of how we got started. So AWS actually was the technology that was created to run Amazon.com. And about 14 years ago, it was actually, we noticed that our customers and clients could benefit from what we had built to drive the Amazon.com business, and so AWS was formed. And then over that last 14 years, we've grown very rapidly and developed very rapidly. We're the world's largest and most comprehensive cloud platform. We have the greatest functionality, and we'll have a slide here. Most of you probably don't realize the breadth and depth of the AWS portfolio. Most of you probably know virtual servers and storage and databases, and that, but you're probably not familiar with all that we do. And that you can use in your projects during the next day or so. We have a huge client base and partner network that we leverage and work with, the most secure, and we have the most operational expertise. We've been doing this longer at higher stakes than anybody else in the market. So, but we say that, but we're not the only ones. We're proud of this. The last 11 years and now 12, we're been designated as the leader in cloud technology and far upper right in the Gartner Magic Quadrant. So we're proud of this. And here's what I mentioned. Most of you, again, are familiar with storage and databases and virtual servers, but you're probably not familiar with all that we do. And you'll have access to this full portfolio of services to work on your projects, and a lot of exciting things that you can do, really anything. With this set of tools. Really is a box of Legos that you can put together to build really whatever you want to build. So this is our category. We have one prize category, best overall AWS implementation. We have three. We're going to give away three prize levels. A $100 Amazon gift card to each of the team members of the first place team, an Amazon or Echo Show 5 for each of the team members for second place, and then AWS hoodie for each of the team members for the third place prize. These are the prize categories, so as you're thinking about your projects, again, number 4, impact, is one that we're going to pay particularly close attention to. We want to see that your projects are scalable, they have broad applicability, that they were mindful of being inclusive to a diverse set of people. So we're going to pay close attention to that particular category, but we're also looking for, is it a wow factor? What is the creativity? Is it something we've not seen before? So the judges that will be evaluating will use these criteria. So I'll pause here if you want to take a picture of that for a second. And then finally, the workshop, Mike and Rifkin are going to be doing our workshop. It's AWS 101. So if you're not familiar with AWS, this is a good primer just to get more familiar with who we are, what we're able to do, and kind of build a strong foundation. We do have at our booth, we do have some QR codes on the screen that you can scan around educational opportunities and some other resources. Are these resources, are they available? Were these made available in the Discord? Because we can post these. These are some self-help resources. We'll put these in the Discord channel here in a little bit, so you can link out to these. Make it easy. But these are in the middle of the night if you need some help and can't find one of us. These are some great kind of self-help things that we think would be useful. And there's a couple slides. So again, we're really happy to be here. We're excited to see what you're going to build, and we're here to help. And let us know. We'll be monitoring Discord. We'll be at the booth. Probably until mid-afternoon today. who want to stop by and talk to us. And yeah, look forward to getting to know some of you guys. Thanks.
Thank you both for that presentation. We really appreciate you guys being here. Really excited to have you. Just to answer that quick question, we do have resources online, live.makeuc.io, but we will also send you guys a link to these slides right after the opening ceremony is done. So no need to take pictures if you don't want to. You guys will have these as soon as it's over. So next up, we've got MedPace.
Thank you. Good morning. So I'm really excited to chat with you guys some today. I'm with MedPace. My name is Justin Hendricks, and I'm a Senior Director of Software Innovation and Design. So what is MedPace? What are we doing? What are we up to? To be quite honest, I did not even know MedPace was a thing until I was called by a recruiter and joined the company last year. So what is our big mission? We are accelerating the global development of safe and effective medical therapeutics. Hell yeah, that sounds pretty darn cool, right? Now, what does that actually translate into? What does that mean? We as a company, we are not the ones that research or manufacture or develop new drugs or therapies, but we are the ones that run the human clinical trials to ensure that the drugs, that the therapies are safe, that they're effective, that they do what they're supposed to do. And as part of software development, we get the really cool opportunity to build the tools that get to run those clinical trials. So a lot of what they were talking about with AWS of having those toolkits available, oh yeah, we love those type of toolkits because that allows us to really build things that have a huge impact but run behind the scenes to improve people's lives. So a little bit about MedPace. We talk about that we can't simplify clinical development. It is a complex industry, and I don't know about you. I'm glad it is. I don't want a minimum viable therapeutic or drug. I want something that's been safe and tested and validated, and that's the reality of where we operate. However, we work really hard to make sure that it is seamless, that it is efficient, that it's able to carry out what needs to be done in a timely manner and get the results needed. Some of the fun facts about clinical trials. Most clinical trials cost millions upon millions of dollars. And most of them will never turn a profit when it finally comes to going through research, going through development, going through a trial, never turn a profit. At any one point in time, we are running about 8,000 to 9,000 clinical trials. And those clinical trials can go 7, sometimes 9 years on average. So there's a huge amount of time, huge amount of cost, huge amount of development. And as a company, we are growing and expanding and developing technologies to help meet that challenge. So as a company, we're founded in 1992. We are celebrating our 30th anniversary this year, which has been a lot of fun. We're roughly about 5,000 employees spread globally, with Cincinnati being really where we were founded and where our main corporate campus is. We have a global reach, a huge expanse of medical therapies, everything from neurological conditions to cholesterol medicine to ophthalmology, you name it. There's something that we are researching and developing software to help clinicians work through. And we're continuing to grow like crazy. And that's part of our reason for being excited to talk with you all. You are the future minds that we want to have helping us to solve those problems that we face. And we're looking constantly at co-ops, at interns, at full-time employees to really help join and build for tomorrow. So our challenge for today, connected clinical trials. And I'm really glad that this will be sent out to you guys because there's a lot of words here. But really what we're looking for, all of us can see how the world shifted with the pandemic over the past few years. In medicine, we saw huge changes in technology and the willingness of, rather than going to a doctor's office just for your everyday checkups, you could do telehealth, telemedicine. Those same type of experiences and technologies are moving into the clinical research space. Between mobile, between wearables, there's all of this big shift between machine learning and all the stuff that cloud offers. Huge shift towards people being able to be part of clinical trials without having to get themselves into a clinical site time and time again. And so we're looking, and this challenge is based around help us create a digital solution involving one or more of the stages of of doing a remote clinical trial. So that could be shipping logistics related to getting a controlled substance, a pharmaceutical, delivered to the patient. Dosing, how do you keep track of when people are getting the right amount of medicine, what conditions they're feeling from it? Documentation of side effects. If you're taking a drug, you want to understand like how the person is feeling. Did they grow an additional arm? All of those type of things. There's constantly those documentation needs. So we're looking at people who can come up with something that helps to solve these problems. We're not expecting in 24 hours for you to fix all of it, but we do know that you all have some unique insights and perspectives as to what you would expect if you were going through a medical procedure, medical treatment. And we're looking to see how you could help us with that. The prizes that we have to offer, so first place prize will be a $1,000 Amazon gift card split among the team. It is funny, Amazon, you can't get rid of them. They're always there. But really excited to see that first place. Second place will be a $500 Amazon gift card. Again, not expecting to hit every aspect of a clinical trial, but looking for something that helps move the ball forward in facing the challenges that we do. So thank you. We'll have people over at the Sponsor Expo as well as online here this afternoon and throughout the event. So really look forward to connecting with more of you, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Justin. We are really excited to have MedPace here. Like he said, please feel free to visit them at the Sponsor Expo, 12 to 2 p.m. So next up, we've got MLH.
All right. Let's give it up for Katie and all those amazing sponsors, everybody. MakeUC, how we feeling today? Good? Bad? Good morning? No? How we feeling? I want to know. All right. I'm Kishore. I'm your coach at MLH. Major League Hacking, I use he and pronouns, and a fun fact about myself is that I love writing screenplays. So if you love watching movies, TV shows, chances are we're going to get along, so come talk to me. So before we get into it, hack.mlh.io is a great place to start to get started with your amazing hack. So before we get into it, what is Major League Hacking, right? To put it simply, we are the global hacking community. What that means is there's more than 500,000 of hackers just like you. And our mission is to empower each and every one of you by throwing events just like this and helping these amazing organizers plan these amazing events. A really cool thing we're doing this year is community points. What that is if you're part of a community, as you attend these Major League Hacking events, your community is going to accumulate points. At the end of the season, you're going to get a really cool trophy. So join us at Global Hack Week. What Global Hack Week is a week-long festivity of hackathon festivities. So make sure to check that out at that link. So what are we doing this weekend, right? Our first priority this weekend is to support you, the hacker. So I'll be around, we'll be around. Make sure to ask me if you need any help. And we're also going to be doing this sneak cybersecurity challenge. That's going to be from 7 to 8 p.m. today. We're also going to be doing MS Paint, painting with Bob Ross. That's a really cool chill activity. Come by, we'll hang out, talk, paint with not literally Bob Ross on YouTube, of course. But yeah. Also, while you're here, make sure you grab your 2023 season mascot tee. Come talk to me if you want one. I'll make sure to get you hooked up. So we have all these amazing resources. Let's talk about prizes. Twilio is giving away a game build console for the most creative use of Twilio. Domain.com is giving away a free .tech domain for all of you and a backpack for the winner. Use code ScaryMLH to access that. Hedera is giving away a modular keyboard for the best blockchain project using Hedera. Google Cloud is giving away Google Cloud's backpack or backpack. That's cool. For the best use of Google Cloud. And CockroachDB is giving away free, if you win, 3D printing pen for the best use of CockroachDB. So I know that was a lot. But if you need to see that again, go to the dev post or ask me. I can tell you. And also, we want to see your hacks. So when you demo, come up to me. You can get you a iDemo sticker. Thank you to if you're interested in getting an awesome job or internship, make sure to work with our career lab. We work with all these amazing sponsors to help you get a job or internship. Speaking of internships, the MLH Fellowship is an awesome alternative to an internship. You get to work on real life projects and real life development pipelines. So make sure to check that out. On a serious note though, this event falls under the MLH Code of Conduct. What that means is if at any point if you feel unsafe or uncomfortable, come find me or an organizer and we'll make sure you're safe. We also have the email line and the phone line if you want to reach out. Cool. Thank you again to all of our sponsors. And let's get hacking, everyone.
Thank you, Kishore. Really excited to have MLH here. All right, so a little bit more about MakeUC specific prizes. We have 4 tracks. These are just themes for projects that you guys can follow: education, green tech, social issues, global connectivity. You don't have to follow a theme, but you can. We'll choose a first prize winner for each and give you guys a prize. So, prizes. We've got over $38,000 in prizes. You guys do not want to miss this. Make sure you submit your project to receive access to prizes. You cannot win these prizes if you don't submit your project. More about that in a second. So this is the basic summary of the schedule. Right down there, can't see it, I don't think, but live.makeuc.io. That has the entire schedule, not just this stuff. It has more details. Make sure you look at that if you don't already know. Hacking begins 11:15 a.m., lasts for 24 hours, so it ends tomorrow, 11:15 a.m. We'll have lunch, dinner, midnight snack, breakfast for those of you in person. From 1 to 2, after lunch, we'll have the Hackathon 101 team formation, really good events if this is your first time hacking or you don't have a team. And like I've mentioned many times, please come to the Sponsor Expo. These sponsors would not be here if they weren't genuinely interested in you guys and meeting you and hiring you. So please take advantage of that, come visit them in person and online. Additionally, workshops by our great sponsors, those are happening from 2 to 5. The specific schedule for that is also on live.makeuc.io. 2 to 3, that's AWS. 3 to 4, that's HII. And 4 to 5, that's LCS. We will provide links for you guys to do that online in case you need to, but otherwise please come in person. The room is labeled Baldwin 850D. It's very close to the Sponsor Expo. So, more about judging. In order to participate in judging, you need to submit your project on DevPost. The link is up there, that's where you submit. Just a quick tip about DevPost. You can submit your project at any time and then edit your submission until 11:15. I highly recommend, if you plan on submitting a project, just submit it right now and edit it as you go. That way you don't have to worry about making sure your project is listed when it gets close to the end of hacking. So what you need for that, maximum 3-minute video, just summarize your project, what you did, what it's supposed to do, what you tried to accomplish. Make sure you include an accessible link to anything you used. If any of the stuff that you provide is not accessible, for example, if your GitHub repo is private, we cannot judge your project. So double check that all of that is public, otherwise you'll be disqualified. And finally, a new option we have this year, live judging. This will be on Discord in the voice channels. This is an opportunity to present your project live to judges instead of just being judged remotely based on your dev post. So we will send out a link for you to sign up for those in Discord as we get closer to the end of hacking. This is not mandatory, it's only if you want to. So if you don't want to be judged live, that's okay, don't fill out the form. But if you do, click on that link, choose a slot, and we'll have judges judge you for 10 minutes. They can ask you questions. It's a really good opportunity to make sure they fully understand your project. So this is a quick QR code to the photo release. You should have filled that out in check-in, but if you didn't already, please do so now. And this will be sent to you guys, so you'll have this in a minute. So, happy hacking. Thank you guys so much for being here. Like I said, this is our 3rd year as a hackathon. I really appreciate you guys showing up, participating. To the sponsors, thank you all. Whether this is your first year with us or not, we're really excited to have you. And just in case you forgot, live.makeuc.io, that's where everything you need is. Let us know if you have any questions. We're going to go ahead and move to rows 800 right now for lunch. Thank you all for coming.
How did you get back?